Alrighty, today I'll be covering PostgreSQL on Linux servers. Here's an overview of PostgreSQL. It is one of the most advanced open source relational database management systems. It is known for its robustness and extensibility and its standard of compliance. Some of the key features and benefits here would be that it uses ACID compliance for reliable transactions. It supports advanced database types such as JSON, XML, and HStore. Um, it also has custom functions, operations, and database types such as booleans. It uses arrays and other features in it. It is great for web and mobile applications, and it's also good for geospatial data storage and analysis, as well as database warehousing and business intelligence. Here are a few steps for installation. So first, you're going to want to ensure that everything is up to date by using sudo apt-get apt update, and then you're going to install PostgreSQL by using sudo apt install PostgreSQL contrib. These steps will make sure the server list is up to date and it starts the installation process for PostgreSQL on the server. Starting and enabling PostgreSQL is, so you're going to want to use sudo systemctl start PostgreSQL. Then you're going to enable PostgreSQL to start on boot, so start on launch. And this would be used by using sudo systemctl enable PostgreSQL, and then you're going to verify this by using sudo systemctl status PostgreSQL. This will ensure that the database server is running and set up to start on system boots. So, configuring PostgreSQL to listen on the default port. So the default port is 5432 or 5432. PostgreSQL listens on port 552. You can edit and configure the file to make sure by using sudo nano, and then there's the file name here. And in step 2, you would say listen underscore address equals localhost. This makes PostgreSQL accept connections on the specified addresses that you have. And you can verify that it is listening on the default port by going back to your terminal and saying sudo ss-tuln greep 5432, and then you should have an expected output of such. And this makes sure that it is listening to 5432. Next, you're going to want to use an Nmap scan, and you would have an output of such that you see on step number 2. And these steps verify that PostgreSQL port is open and accessible. Some of my hardening recommendations, so my recommendation number 1 would be restrict access. So restricting access to the PostgreSQL server ensures that only authorized users and applications can be connected to the database. This minimizes the attack surface and prevents unauthorized access. And restricting the access to local hosts ensures that only applications running on the same server can connect. Using IP address ranges can allow access from specific trusted networks as well. And this is how you would implement the recommendation of having access to this. So you would edit the control list, configure file, and so you would have something like such, so host all, and then all that are on here. This restricts connection to localhost and requires MD5 password authentication as well, which is what, if you look at the example, that's what uses there. Alrighty, and hardening recommendation number 2 would be to use a strong authentication method. So using a strong authentication method enhances the security of user credential, making it harder for attackers to gain unauthorized access through password guessing and brute force attacks. So you could use Scram SH 256, which provides a stronger protection against password cracking attacks. This ensures all new passwords are stored using a secure hashing algorithm. And let's see. So here you're going to want to use Scram SH256 for password encryption. So you would edit your PostgreSQL file by using sudo nano and then accessing the file through there and wherever this is placed. So you would then set the password encryption to Scram SHA256. Hardening recommendation 3 would be regularly update things. So you're going to want to update your PostgreSQL to ensure that the database software is protected against the latest vulnerabilities and exploits. You're going to want to do this with everything on your server anyways, so you want to make sure that everything is on a list to just make sure everything is being updated at a certain time and to confirm that everything is updated. So these will help against exploits, and then staying informed about security updates also helps maintain and ensure and secure anything going on in your server. In order to update the system, you would use sudo apt update and then sudo apt upgrade PostgreSQL here. And on to the next slide. Alrighty, so in conclusion, it is very important to ensure that the installation and initial configuration of PostgreSQL on the Linux server is correct in order to protect your systems. You should also be verifying that everything is done correctly using Nmap and just going back and looking over what you've done and doing like just tests on your server to make sure that nothing breaks. Lastly, using the 3 key hardening recommendations will help ensure the security of the server alongside with staying well informed on what to do with the PostgreSQL on Linux.